Stephen Hawking, the father of the universe and one of the greatest physicists of our time, had only 3 functioning fingers on his hand, making it difficult for him to even eat. He was completely paralyzed and unable to speak normally. For most people, life might seem utterly hopeless in such a condition, but Hawking never gave up on himself. In his youth, Hawking was a dashing young man, charming and athletic, who loved racing bikes around campus with his classmates. Born into a well-off middle-class family, with both parents being Oxford University professors, Hawking had a privileged upbringing. At the age of 17, he was admitted to Oxford University with outstanding grades, becoming the pride and joy of everyone around him. However, in his youthful arrogance, Hawking didn't appreciate the learning opportunities before him. While his classmates were burying their heads in books, he was busy participating in various outdoor activities and spending his days at parties. That's when Hawking met the most important person in his life, Jane. It's hard to imagine that Jane, an art student, and Hawking, a science student, could find common ground, but fate works in mysterious ways. Jane never found the theories of the universe boring, and Hawking didn't find literature and art dull. They spoke to each other in their own languages about each other's interests. One believed in God, while the other was dedicated to using science to disprove God's existence. Yet, they found themselves in each other's arms, witnessed by the glow of fireworks. Although Hawking seemed to neglect his studies, he never fell behind academically. One day, a professor assigned 10 difficult physics problems, while his classmates racked their brains trying to solve them. Hawking was the only one who didn't take it seriously and slept soundly in his bed. The next day, when it was time to turn in the assignment, these so-called top students couldn't even solve one problem. The atmosphere was a bit awkward. Hawking, arriving late, handed in a scrap of paper. The professor was slightly annoyed, but when he looked at the back, he found it covered in formulas. Hawking casually remarked, "I only solved 9 out of the 10 problems." His classmates were stunned, and the professor was astonished. He realized that this quirky student in front of him might be a once-in-a-generation genius. But even for such a genius, Hawking struggled to settle on a research topic. So, the professor took him to a laboratory, hoping to inspire him. It was the very place where Thomson discovered the electron and Rutherford split the atomic nucleus. Hawking gazed intently at the seemingly unremarkable instruments and the blackboard that couldn't be wiped clean, as if he could touch the lingering inspiration left by the great predecessors. Hawking hoped that one day his name would also be etched among theirs. The professor had high hopes for Hawking and wanted to take him to a lecture by the physicist Roger Penrose. At this point, Hawking might not have realized that his feet were starting to become less agile. He couldn't even keep up with his playful classmates while running, and he almost missed the train. Hawking's body was slowly being eroded by the demon of disease.